Much respect to him for making a shot like that, man. And it's like I said, if there's anyone that can figure out a way out of it, it's him. Because he's just so, he doesn't let it get to him. He's focused on winning and staying focused on the shot, task at hand, you know.
Yep. That's the strongest attribute a player can have, persistence. Or anyone, for that matter. It's that drive to keep going.
And you know, the reason why I find this match so intriguing is because you wrestle with yourself saying, who's going to win, who's going to win, who's going to win. But you know what? It's hard to tell because you have to always like whoever's at the table.
Yeah.
Because both of these guys are capable of running 200-300 balls.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned earlier, Darren ran 294 on his diamond table, which is super impressive on a diamond. I think it's his highest run on a diamond.
How do you like the young German player, Joshua Filler? At 11 years old, he ran 100 balls.
That's amazing. I seldom do I say that I have the pleasure of meeting someone that young that really impressed me the way he did.
Yes.
Because he's not only an amazing shot maker, but he plays the game right. Yeah. He knows how to play straight pool.
Yeah.
And his rhythm is really it's a speedy rhythm, sort of like a Jason Shores type of rhythm.
It's kind of like a Buddy Rich.
And they're both lefties, too.
And Darren says that young Filler reminds him of Jason when he was younger and also Chris Melling when he was younger.
Gotcha.
Darren says that young man's going to be a world champ.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to agree with that for sure.
Well, I've also got to appreciate that Joshua called that foul on himself that nobody else saw.
Yeah. I saw his post on Facebook, this kid, and he was so enthusiastic and happy to be here. And that was nice, too.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't take it like, oh, no, I got to go to this tournament.
Right. I actually had the opportunity to watch him play 10 ball. And it's probably 10 ball, 10 seconds. I mean, it's just amazing. And his coach was, right there watching him play.
And now that gentleman, is that his coach or his pops?
That's his coach. Whether it's his pops that's coaching him, I don't know. I know him that he's coaching him.
Now, if that guy also drives him around, is he still his coach?
He's a chauffeur.
Or is he his coach?
If he's in France, then he's a chauffeur.
So I guess the 3 ball is going to be the key. The key ball. Yeah. He obviously liked the 8 ball better than the 4, and it's because it's higher. See, he's such a smart player because he sees that Thorston struggled with a couple of break shots from the bottom of the rack, so he says, "Let me go with the higher one," which is a way to go.
Yeah, you spring the cue ball off the top. You're not getting trapped.
How good did he hit that ball?
Wow.
Folks at home, if you can do that, you wouldn't be at home.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that score. Thorston has 179. Darren now has 73.
And, normally Thorston would have only needed 21 balls to win the World Championship, but it's a completely different ball game now that it's up to going to 300.
That's right. There's a whole nother game left. But Darren could actually run 200 balls and still easily lose this game.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
The way these guys shoot.
Yeah, I mean, with all the balls that Thorston has run this week, especially during the ladder, because I spoke to him earlier in the week, and he was like frustrated because he missed 3 break shots in one game, and he was worried about his break, so he just went to the table and started practicing his break shot. That's all he kept shooting.
What game was that?
The one that he missed 3, I think it was against Mika.
He won that game though.
I don't. Did he win the game? I don't know. I think he lost that game.
He lost to Mika.
He did lose.
Getting here, yeah.
Oh.
Actually, it's Darren has 72. Thorston made 1, so it's 180 to 72. Thorston.
All right, 7 does not appear to go on the side.
Well, he's going to make the 1. Question is how he's going to attack the rack.
How's he going to hold the cue ball too?
No, it's amazing from the monitor. It looks like he was jammed on the 6th. He couldn't.
Yeah, I didn't think you could see the 11, but obviously.
Look at how practically he plays. It comes up for the 9 to split up the 2-12, the 10-12, so he can take care of that problem, and then he'll finish the rack.
And he knew if you overhit it, he has a 15 as insurance.
15, right?
Yep.
Very smart play. Very practical play.
So the question is, do you play the 12 to break him up now?
No. I don't think so.
Now explain why you wouldn't do that. I'm not saying it's a
you
wrong
could
shot.
you could get trapped. What am I, an orphan?
The reason you heard Danny say, "What am I, an orphan?" It's because let me fix that microphone. Oh, you did it again. Bye, Magoo, you did it again. All right, you're good. Somebody, one of the spectators brought Tony a bottle of water and didn't bring Danny any.
Well, do you think he came short there? Was he trying to play position on the 15?
I don't know, but it looks like he just
I can't tell if any of those balls go, Kim.
Maybe the 1, maybe. And the reason why, getting back to that 12 ball, breaking behind the rack, I think there was just too much of a chance of getting stuck there.
I agree, 100%. Yep.
Yeah, and with several balls loose, why break them again with something like that when you can maneuver off of it and maybe pick off some of those stragglers and then go to a break shot where it's clear you'll have something else.
Well, plus one of the rules that I have about playing straight pool that I learned a long time ago is whenever you're deciding to break up a cluster, you should always do your best, if possible, to break it up towards the side where there are no balls.
Yes.
Because if you break it towards the side where you already have a couple of loose balls, now you're creating more clusters.
Yeah, that's nothing you can calculate, but you it's kind of it's just logical.
Yep.
Makes sense.
I can't tell if he can see the 1 or not from here.
Now he's going to have to swing at that 15 because he doesn't like the 1. Maybe he's got an English ball to get to the 1. So I think he's committed. And he doesn't like it because he's going into the 7, which is loose. And boom, and boom.
Oh, the 7 came out.
Yeah. That's not the shot he was expecting to see.
You think the 1 is straight? Might be able to go off the 6 and into the...
I think he's got to go into the 14, not the 1. He's going to draw back and have the 1. If the 14 doesn't go into it.
Yeah. Then break him up with the 6 and have the 14 as insurance, right?
Yeah, that's what he's looking at. $13 looks like it's leaning that way, but it's not on.
Want to give a special shout out to all the people, say hi to all the people in Europe. From what I understand, just about half of the people that order the stream are from Europe. So I want to thank you all for tuning in, and we appreciate your support of this wonderful game.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, you got dead perfect on that one.
Pretty good.
Now here I would hit this with just not a lot of speed, just enough to get the cue ball out of there.
And into the 2 full.
Yeah, because if you hit the 2 full, the 2 is going to stop with the 5, and you don't want the cue ball freeze on the 2 and then end up with no shot.
But you do want the cue ball to die.
You, see?
You don't want to travel. Yeah.
That's why I said enough speed to just get the cue ball out of there, right?
Yeah.
So what do you do for break shot here, Dan?
Wow. That's a good guess. Very hard to come around for the 13 to get a shot at the 2 or the 5.
I won't be surprised if he tries to
come up higher. Maybe the 3 goes past the 5.
Even run into the 5 and have the 4 on the side. That way, if he overhits it, he still has a 5 in the corner.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
But he's looking to play for the 2, I think.
Yeah.
Just judging by where he just put his stick down.
Yep.
But
and he can do that with the 13.
I like that running into the 5. That's not unreasonable. Nice touch. Oh, over the ball.
See, so he has to really tap this lightly. The thing is that if he hits a 3 first, the cue ball's going to run into the 4 and try to end up on top of the 2.
Yeah, I think he's trying to split them. I'm talking about the 4-2. You think he's trying to go into the 4-3?
I can't tell from here. Yeah, he is going to shoot the 2. See, I couldn't tell if he was going to shoot the 2 or the 5 and run into them. So he doesn't want to hit this hard at all.
Well,
see, I think the only thing that I would have done there is hit it with enough speed so that the 4 stops by the side. So if I don't end up with a break shot, at least I might have the possibility of having a side pocket break shot.
He might have intended that and just overhit it a little.
Now he might not have a choice but to leave the 13 as a break shot.
Oh,
yep,
absolutely.
That's what he's looking at.
Well, no, he could leave the 3 as a break shot.
That's true. Or the 5, right?
Or the 5. Well, he's got to shoot the 5.
Yeah.
Now, look how smart a play that is. He knew what he didn't let the cue die on the rail, and he made sure he didn't come up short.
Yep.
That's a heads-up play.
Playing the percentages.
Yeah.
Wow. I definitely did not see that coming.
That was 2 of you.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. So you shoot the 13 and try to take out the 4 with the 3?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. Because if you fail, as long as you got a shot at that break shot, it doesn't have to be a break shot. As long as you got a shot at it, you pocket it and take the other scratch.
Yep.
Darren's on the first one.
Yeah, he's sick right now.
Well, he needs 217 balls, so.
And he knows Thorston is capable of running 120 and out. Oh, wow, look at that. Now, that is something that you definitely didn't expect to see.
That's the heat.
Yeah, could be. It could be.
That's
could very
the heat
well be.
getting to him. I saw Thorston during the break, and he looked like he had been through the ringer.
Yeah.
He was soaking wet. I mean, they make it look so easy, and it's really hot over here.
Yeah.
So maybe
Now, you would take the 12 out now, right?
he's got a shot at making this. Yeah, he's got a shot at
The
doing it.
reason I say that is because why try to play position where you're there already?
Yeah,
You know, it's not like you're not going to end up with a shot on the 13.
that's actually a better angle than I thought he had.
But he just breathed new life into Darren just now.
Yeah. Well, he's probably at this point he's hoping Darren runs about 100, so he can catch a break and rest.
I'll tell you why, he got dead perfect on that 12.
Yeah. That was 2 good shots.
I just want to, folks, if you just heard what Danny said, the cosmic level of play we're talking about is saying, like, gee, I hope the guy runs 100 so I can get a breather, so I could finish out the 120 balls I need, right? Is it,
Yeah.
does anybody live in that stratosphere?
That's
Incredible.
what I was saying in my own moronic way. Yes. But the way he got up and hit that 13 ball looked like he was a little on the tired side. You don't see Thorston miss too many shots like that.
This one you blast with follow, right?
Yeah, I think so.
See, that looked more like stun follow to me. I don't think
we got a bunch of ugly here.
but
Yeah.
but that looked more like he intended to hit it with follow, and he hit it with stun follow. The cue ball wasn't really rolling forward after he hit the ball.
He's only got the 8, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened on that
I'm not sure if he can go between the 3 and the 4. I don't think so now. The 4 might go.
He called the 8 ball.
Half a pocket.
8 ball.
Yeah.
But those balls spread and came back together like an Etch-a-Sketch or something like that. It was ugly.
Like Humpty Dumpty, right?
Well, he didn't help his own cause by letting the cue ball get up there. And that's why Tony said hit it with a little follow. Hit it with follow.
Well, I think that was his intention. I think he just wound up hitting it with stun follow, you know. Such a great shot maker, though. It would actually surprise me if he didn't make this ball. So, I mean, the thing is that you have to know whether you're going to hit the 10 thin or thick. If you're going to hit it thick, just, you know, hit it soft. If you're going to hit it thin, I mean, you know, you're still going to hit it soft because you want the cue ball. That's a hell of a shot.
More grief. Unless he can see the 6.
I think he can make the 1.
Yeah, he can make the 1.
Oh, okay.
He's got to jack up and chip it. We got about 100 people in here watching this game, I'd say. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Wow. 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 I'm like shocked.
That must be the heat.
Mm-hmm.
Or some rare disease.
But do you see
Or too
kinda
much
like
to eat,
rushed
or
that
maybe
last
it's
stroke?
fleas.
It's almost like he rushed that last stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But see, that's the one thing that I notice about the really long races, especially to 200 and higher,
You're
is
gonna see
a
more mental
lot of,
errors.
you always have, yeah, because it's such a long match. You always have that one spurt where you shoot great, and then that small spurt where you make, you know, these little mistakes here. Everyone goes through that. Everyone.
Yeah, it's a sag in the game, right?
Yeah, it's very, very difficult to play it.
The Screen Actors Guild?
No, the slump.
It's easy to fall asleep.
Yeah.
But as long as you have the ability to wake up, then you'll be fine. So what would you do here, Dan?
I don't know. If the 3 goes, I'd like to shoot the 3 and get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it may be a little too hairy, maybe too close to the 4.
Yeah, if it goes, I would definitely take that shot first. Yeah. It's like I've always said, you know, if you're there already, why not take the shot?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if that that ball near the 15 is a dead combo or not. I guess he didn't like the 3 unless he's going to play position for the 11 next. Can we see if the 15 is dead with the 2 now? Let me see.
No, it's not. It's coming short. Short a little. It can be made. There's enough gap.
Yeah, it's not dead yet. Thank you, Al.
You're welcome. Is the 4
I'm
dead?
sorry, I'm muted over here. You're welcome.
Is the 4 dead?
Well, you know, but the problem I see here is, you know, he has to get rid of the 2 and the 15 to give the 13, 6, or 9, whatever, access to the
4
other,
looks good.
Yep.
you know, and it looks like the 4 might be dead there. If it is, good for him, you know, because you get rid of the problem right away. Yep, that's what he's setting up for, the 4-ball combo. You know, he can also go on the other side and get rid of use the 10 to get to the 15, but that's a little tricky. But if you overhit it, you still have the 4 as insurance, you know.
Yeah.
But the thing I don't like about that shot is that even though you open the pocket for the 2, you still kind of got to go around the 14. You have to contend with the 14 there. So this is tricky. This is tricky.
Yes, it is.
Would you shoot the combination and run into them now if you could?
No, probably play for the 10.
See if the cue ball were there, right?
Yeah.
Then he could run into them and stop it there for those or that one, you know.
Also depends on the angle of the 3-4, which way they're oriented.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he did have that angle, but not enough, right? Not enough.
You go up a little, leave an angle on the 3, and come across into the 13.
What was that?
Just go up a little bit, leave a,
Yeah.
and go one. Oh, and he's not going to go one rail.
No, he
He's
didn't
gonna
have.
go
He
off
didn't
the
have that
10.
angle.
Yeah.
Well, now you go across and bump into them, right? And then play the 2 of the 15,
He
right?
may have too. He may be too straight to go across. No, wait. Easily. Maybe he's going to play the 15. Maybe
Yeah.
set
Well,
up for
the
the
9.
15.
The 9
now.
might go in the side pocket that he
Yeah.
just shot the ball in.
That'd be nice if he can get the cue ball right around the spot.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can use the 10 to get there.
He's doing it your way, Tony. He's coming down for that 10. Where do you say to go to?
The 9 in the side, and then maybe shoot the 13
which side?
out
The
of
right side or the left?
there. To the side pocket.
Does it even go?
I think it does. I think that's what he's looking at. Only issue that I have with that is, once you run into the 13 might go off the 6 and run into the 215. So it all depends on the angle,
Thank you.
Gracias. Thank you.
Can I get an iced tea, please?
I'm good. So he's in a little bit of a predicament here. He can't exactly shoot the 6 unless he doesn't, he has an angle. He's going to run into the 13. Would you consider shooting the 6 into the 13 and hopefully leaving the 13 by the bottom for behind the rack break shot and stopping the cue ball there for the 2 with the 2?
No,
Or would you go around and then shoot the 15 to 13? See, he
Well-
did that. He did that. He
Wow,
did
he almost
exactly.
got
See?
trapped.
Yeah. Well, he had to hit it just right,
He did. He did. No, I wouldn't have done that. But I think his play was correct and mine would have been wrong. I think I would have played off the 2 and tried to figure out a way to get on the other 2 balls. And that probably would have been incorrect.
The- They didn't change it. You kill me. Oh, okay. Hold on. My goodness.
Yeah. Total miscue by Thorston. That's maybe the humidity. And Darren will shoot the 10 ball up the table. It looks like that's the only reasonable shot he has. He might have the 14.
Yeah, he's got the 14.
Tony and I are just snacking on a little pizza they just brought us over. And it's really good. I mean, nice pizza in Steinway. The food is very nice here. You ought to come down just to try it.
Great food, and they have pool tables, too.
That
Yeah.
I've heard that. There's a rumor going around to that effect. Plus, Earl Strickland hangs out here. and Jason Shaw, and Zions V, and a lot of other strong players. And they're filming the TV series Hustlers here, the cable series. The TV cable series. True TV. All right, looks like he's going to keep the 3 for the break shot and the 1 for the key ball. I think he's got to get rid of that 8 soon. Okay, now he plays the 4, and he's right into them. He doesn't have to worry about getting on the opposite side. Yeah, I think this is the choice here. Let me consult the inside of my Snapple cap here. Yeah, that's it. Too many problems except getting back to the... I don't see too many problems except getting back to the 6 ball. So he should leave the 10, so when he plays the 6, he has the 10 and the 15. There's 11.
What do you think, Danny? 11 what?
11, 2 on the side, 7. Try and come up on the 6. You could even play the 7, 1, 6, 10, and use the 15 to come up. If he feels it's problematic to go from the 7 to the 6. He's going to go directly to the 6 from here. Oh, I guess 10, 15, 1. Okay, that's the way to do it, too.
Boy, Darren looks like he's coming back with a vengeance. He's all business right now. You can see the steam coming out of the back of his head. He can't believe that he missed his last shot. And he's got the opportunity to get back to the table like right away, which is real fortunate.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen very often playing any one of these players.
He's got to hold this ball. Oh, he did that
Right.
nice. That was a nice. I thought he had a little more angle than that. One rail with a little right-hand English. Should take him closer to the shot with a good angle. He has no risk of losing the angle. And there's that little touch of English, and he's got it. All right.
Right now we're at 192 to 87 without this rack.
No, it's 192 to 91. Oh, maybe not.
I'm waiting for the officials.
I think
to
he got
change their
13 this
scorecards.
rack, right? It should be, I think.
We'll wait for the score change.
On the card,
Should be 100.
100.
Yeah, because it was 13-1.
13 ball run. He's got 100.
Much better. Much better. Huh? Yeah.
Crash bang. Let's crack them up. This is the touchy shot since the air conditioner went off. Now the air conditioner is back on, and the breakers have been blown because all the power used in New York. Let's see how the 3-ball reacts here. Gonna have to split the jaws. And Darren didn't hit it as hard as he wanted.
Oh, no.
I think he
Did it-
wanted to really blast that a little bit.
Does he have
more.
it?
He's got the 1 ball.
It's not that clear.
No.
Yeah, he's got the 1 ball.
I think you got to go off the rail here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tricky.
Ooh.
And
he's
now
gonna have
what?
to shoot the 9, and if the 9 goes by, or the 6. He's got the 9 ball.
Yep.
Do you play a little low on the 15 to the 4 and then just smash up the rest of that little
No,
stack?
15 to the 5 to the 4. As a matter of fact, you barely have to do that. Yeah, the 11, that's why.
Just pick them from here, huh?
Tony just called it. You see that? See the 11? Almost everything is loose here. Yeah. This could be a little bit of a problem here. He rolled up on top of the 6. I don't know if he has an angle on the 11.
Was he trying to get around the 6?
I think he was trying to get an angle on the
11?
yeah. Now that you mention it, I think that would have been the safer play to get the shot at the 6 first. Is he going to draw back and try and get the angle on the 6? He can't go forward, and it's hard to hit a draw shot here.
Hit that pretty good.
Yeah.
You always
Well, if the
tell when the
twos-
train's coming by. You see the vibration on the camera?
What do you think of shooting the 6 ball? And if he ends up getting nice on the 15, he can use the
Hey.
15 to get the 13 on the side, the 10, the 7, and the 12.
Oh, that's
That's-
tight.
That's only assuming that the 2 goes. I mean, it's a break shot. If
Yeah.
not, then you know he's in a lot of trouble.
I don't like it for the. I don't like it for the 2 as a break shot, but I like your play. I like 13-7 and keep the 10 as a key as
Yeah,
a break.
that's another possibility too. As
Yeah.
long as you can get a shot.
That's very elegant pattern you just picked out there. Very tight.
That's what I'm used to. That's
Yeah.
what we're used to.
That's right.
You know, old school straight pool, right? Minimize the movement of the cue ball.
Yeah.
That's what Mosconi always told me. He said when you minimize the movement of the cue ball, you maximize your runs.
Wow.
I did not see that coming,
Nope.
but I tell you what, he hit it pretty damn good.
Yes, he did. He's going to do it again, I think.
Well, again, the problem is, negotiating the 7 to 12 without touching the 13.
Yeah.
That's a problem. If he can make the 7 now, I say go for it.
Because
you can play
exactly what he's
yeah.
doing. Or maybe not.
Well, I don't know if he's sure of either where the cue ball's going to go. He has to be careful because if he hits a cue ball at draw, let's say, and he hits a 12 and the cue ball runs into the 10, if he's trying to draw for position on the 15 in the same pocket that he's making the 7, he has to be careful, make sure none of those balls stop in front of that pocket. Yeah, that's a way to shoot it with a little soft follow. That way it takes that possibility out of play. Yep, that's it. Now the 15 is a tricky part. And I would imagine he has to get rid of that after the 10 ball. Leave the cue ball near the center of the table and then shoot the 2 and then play position for the 13, right? Don't you think?
Yeah, I don't like... Oh.
The 10...
Oh, you're looking at leaving the 13 for the break and not the 15?
And not the 15. The 15 looks kind of low. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe if that's the case, then yeah. Then I would definitely go with 12, 10, 2, 13. But I don't like that. I'd rather go with 12, 10, 15, and then 2. Oh, he's going to shoot the 13.
2, and the 10 is the key.
So he already made up his mind. He's going to. So the 15 obviously isn't too low then.
Yeah. Did you see that pattern? I didn't see it till the end.
Well, I mean, I didn't see it because I didn't consider it because I thought the 15 was too low.
I was still thinking of that last slice of pizza on the plate there, actually.
I'm done. You can have it. There's 2 more left, and it's all yours. Some of the best pool room pizza I've ever had.
That's right. Hey, I'm from California. That's some of the best pizza I've had in 2 years. Uh-oh. That's it. Killed it. Killed it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't think he hit it. I don't think he hit it low enough.
Nope.
He let the cue ball get away from him on that one with a little follow.
He knew it. He should have put a lot of low English on that.
Well, we might see a safety battle here unless he has enough of an angle to run into the rack. Isn't it amazing how when you hit it bad, how if you actually try to shoot that shot and get dead straight on the ball, you might have a hard time doing it.
Never happened.
You have to be careful because you might try to cheat the pocket too much and end up missing the ball and have it go 2 rails and break the pack up,
What has he got here? High right, cheat the pocket to the bottom side of the pocket, go 2 rails. He must be totally hamstrung here.
And we don't know how bad the conditions have deteriorated on the table, but Hohmann needs 108. So you don't expect to sit down and get up without having to shake the guy's hand on a normal Hohmann day.
I can't tell if he doesn't hit. It looks to me like he's dead straight.
He just screwed on his extension for his cue. Stretching across the
He's
table.
calling-
He could have just borrowed Earl's
I think
cue.
he just called safe. Right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
I think that's the best spot on the table. Leave that ball.
Right.
Better than the Brunswick. Because it makes going behind the rack a little more difficult.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to do on a diamond because of the shortness of
right.
how short the table runs. Or the spin grabs. Spin grabs a lot on the diamond.
As a matter of fact, when I have this position and my opponent's on a scratch, I try and leave the cue ball. I'll push to that spot. I'll take a scratch to that spot.
That's a smart play. I'm a firm believer in keeping the battle downtown instead of uptown.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to play safe, so I would rather go
I mean, rather than leaving it on the
to the
Brunswick.
side. Yeah. Oh, I see. Leave it dead in the center by the spot, near the
Yeah.
spot. Gotcha.
I go over the line. 'Cause
Yeah, yeah.
It's very hard to get behind the rack to take the right save. That's impossible. That can't be right. He doesn't know to take the scratch.
Yeah, that surprised me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. That's just the wrong shot. That's got nothing to do with humidity. Even if he hit it perfect and left nothing, it's the wrong shot.
Well, at this point of the tournament, you have to figure no matter who you're playing, they're capable of making any shot from the top rail, right?
But in theory, that's the wrong shot.
Mm-hmm.
You
Oh,
don't,
absolutely.
You don't play a safety like that in that position ever. You go behind the rack and take a scratch.
I'd rather take 16.
Yeah.
You lose a 16.
Look what he left him, so he saved the point, so it means nothing. That's...
Okay, make a note of this, folks. This could be the moment in the game, that mistake. Thank you. One ball, except
No, that ain't no
no,
thing. He
no,
ain't
no,
playing
no.
Yeah, but he still has a 13.
He is
He's
13,
fine.
but he's coming off the 9 funny. That was the 13 ball laughing, by the way.
But again, this is I think one of the tools that needs to be mastered in straight pool is really recognizing when you're shooting a shot like this, how much of the ball you're going to hit.
Yeah.
That way it helps you figure out where to hit the cue ball and what speed to hit it
What
with.
speed, yeah.
He likes a combination,
Combo.
I guess. Must
Yeah.
be pretty straight.
That shows you how unsafe the 13 was. They
Yeah.
picked the combination
Yep.
off of that.
Now, if he decides to draw straight back, I don't know if he's going to draw straight back or, come to the side for the 10 or the 8. Should he decide to draw back, he has to be very careful. If the 9 doesn't go, he doesn't want to end up, getting blocked by the 9 and not being able to make the 5.
Went for the 10.
Or the 6, I don't know. I would rather shoot the 10 so you can get rid of those 3 balls there, or at least 2 of them. The 11, the 4 and the 14, right? Maybe leave the 11 as a break shot.
Or the 6.
Mm-hmm.
After he kicks it.
Not sure if that's where he wanted to be.
He's kicking that 6 out for the break.
You got to be careful. The keyboard doesn't go above the 15. Yeah.
He's got this.
Yeah, he's good from here. I don't think he's
Yeah.
going to have any problems.
Not a thing.
I mean, the only thing that I think he has to figure out is which is going to be his key ball. See, so when you're in a situation like this, if you decide to go with the 6, right, what's your favorite key ball here? The 9, the 14, the 13? Or the 8? Well,
Not the
he's gonna
14. Definitely not the 14.
yeah, because it's too close.
Too
So
close.
you got to get too good on that ball, I think either one of those 4 balls are fine.
I think the 9 or the 5 are the best. You have plenty of room to maneuver around the 6.
He might even shoot the 9, 5, and 13. Who knows, right?
Yeah, sure. I think the 8's going now. 8, 7, 13.
But one thing's for sure is I'd rather shoot if I decide to go with the 5 or with
Yeah.
any ball, I would rather shoot it in the lower left corner pocket with follow.
absolutely,
Because it
yeah.
makes it easier instead of drawing,
Yeah, you
going
come
the
out
other
2
way.
rails. Absolutely. The way he's going, I think he's going to leave the 9 and do
Mhm.
1 rail. 1 rail and out.
Oh, he got kind of straight on that.
Yes, he did. He'll pull it back, though. He'll get the right angle.
Going to bank it a bit, you think? Just to create more of an angle?
Just
Yep.
a little bit. There you go.
Yep. That's the ideal angle.
Yeah. Like Gene just said a minute ago, after that botch safety by Thorston, let's keep a record on how many balls Darren makes after that era.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's disgusted at himself right now.
To be fair to Thorston, though, it's kind of hard to go behind the rack in that position with the cue ball above the head spot.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough, and to drive a ball out.
See, so would you draw here, or would you stun it?
Maybe a little draw, a little bit of draw.
Well, it's always great when the balls cooperate. Right? There's so many times you hit the ball at the same speed and they just won't cooperate. You know?
He's got to be precise here, though. Even pocketing the ball here because the cue ball's on the rail. Come up and hit that 10 and hope you get a shot at the 8 or the 3.
Yeah, that's a good shot. Boom, he hit it right on the button too.
Yep.
So you think he already decided whether or not he's going to leave the 15 as a break shot or 12 as a break shot? What do you think here? It's too early to tell, right?
I think he's going to try and set up the 11 or the 5. And what's that ball next to the 7? Is that the 15?
I think so.
No, that's the 14.
14, all right.
That might be a break shot with the 7 as a key ball. Wow, he's using the cue extension and the bridge. Here we go.
He's trying to get on the 8, right?
Yes.
Looks like maybe trying to clear the 5 out of the way first. Then when he shoots the 8, he might bump the 11.
Well, I'm not sure what kind of angle he has, but if he's going to hit like the bottom of the 5, he needs to be careful not to bring it near the 13 and create a little cluster there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's going to shoot the 9. He's not going to shoot there. That's
Yeah,
a better shot anyway.
no,
He'd
I
rather
mean-
attacking the 5 from the other side.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant, playing the 5 in the low right.
But wouldn't you have hit that a little harder if that were the case?
Well,
so that
yeah,
we don't
I
have to worry about interfering with the balls?
Yes. Yeah, I don't think he's going to do it now. What I'm saying is I think he wants to clear it out of the way, get a shot at it, where he's either bumping the 1 immediately or trying to get a shot at the 8 and bumping the 11 out.
Or maybe he just made up his mind and figured that he's going to leave the 15 as a break shot, and he's just going to, run this out, right?
Well, I would change that. I would take a free swing at the 5, bumping the 1, because you have the 15 right there, the 11.
See, now I think he's going to play the 5 or the 1. Maybe even the 13. That might not be a bad shot, but he might use a 13 to get to the ball next to the break shot.
Yeah. I guess he didn't get the angle on the 5 to bump the 1. So he'll be drawing back on this if he doesn't. Oops.
Yeah, he overhit that a bit, right?
Yes, he did.
I mean, if I overhit it like that, I might, since I'm already on the 1, I might just go ahead and shoot the 1, right?
Yeah. You could play the 1, 11, 8, 13, 14.
Mm-hmm.
That's a practical way of playing. But I think the 13 is going to be the shot anyway. I have a feeling he's going to shoot that ball. A lot of English and not hard. Nope, came across for the 14. Wow. Doesn't it look like it's tough to get a shot at the 11 here?
Yeah, it does. You know, maybe he just wants to shoot the 14, 11, 8 and follow with the 1. Or just shoot the 1 in the corner and cinch it, you know.
Wow.
Maybe a little bumperoni action there.
I don't think he has a choice. May actually be making a break shot out of the 8 too. With this, if he does it good, he can bail out by shooting the 1 in the 1 in the side.
Yeah, I think he's going to shoot the 1, come 1 or 2 rails with the 8, depending on how he ends up, right? That's what it's looking like.
Yeah, tough to get on the 15 from here, though. No, you make the 1, and where do you go with the cue ball?
Oh, I don't think he's straight.
Oh,
I don't think he's straight. I think he has an angle.
slight. You're right. Where do you go from here?
And this is a common question that
Yeah.
people ask me all the time. 1 rail, 2 rails.
He's got to play for the 15 for the break shot here.
Yeah, but 1 rail, 2 rails.
2, 100%.
Hit it good.
I don't think the 1 rail position existed in that.
Yeah. Well, no, let's say it did. Let's say it did. Would you prefer 1 rail?
Oh, I
Two
guess you.
rails.
I guess you should play 1 rail if you have
Well,
the choice.
I mean, 1 rail, the 1 rail is high percentage because you're going on that line. So even if you overhit it, you're still going on that line, and you're in line with the break shot.
Yeah.
You know. But when you're used to going 2 rails, you know, some people like more of an angle on the actual break shot.
Yeah.
So you might want to go 2 rails just because of that. So I think it's more of a preference.
Oh,
Because, you know, Johnny Everlino always loved the big angles on the break shot
Yeah.
when he broke. You know, he never liked to be parallel to the ball. He always wanted a
Yeah,
big
yeah.
angle. Percentage-wise, 1 rail, but preference-wise, it all depends on how you like the break shot.
sometimes you can't go 1 rail
Yeah.
too.
Mm-hmm. $193 to $142. We got a ball game, guys.
Yeah, the last 2 racks were all because of Thorston off of his safety.
He likes that break shot, huh?
That was a perfect result.
Yeah. But he's getting good results from it, so I don't
Yeah.
blame him for continuing to shoot it that way.
That went to the side, spun out. He didn't get too many balls going to the rails. That's everything he could have asked for in a break shot.
So I would guess a 7 ball would be the shot here, right?
I like the 11.
And would you shoot after the 11?
Oh, I don't know. That's why I like the 11.
Gotcha.
I think he overhit that. Missed
Yeah.
it too. That was.
Well, he's fine here. I mean, he could
Yeah.
always bump the 14 and stop there for the 3 ball. Oh, you can see the 4. He's good.
Oh. And then break with the 5. I guess that was his intent.
Yep. Well, whatever it was, he hit it really good.
Yeah.
Then the 8 might replace the 6 ball, right?
Uh-huh. That 15 might come out too. 9 gets kissed into the 8, and then boom.
Yeah, the 8 replaces 6 ball, so now
7's not a bad break shot either.
mm-mm.
He's got nothing but options here. It's like 10, 7, 9. Push that ball out, and then you make a new plan.
Yeah.
You do whatever he wants.
Or whatever he does, he has to get rid of that 9 sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Before he runs out of options.
No, we're only 4 balls into this rack. I think he's got a little ways to go before we pull the plug on him.
I like that shot because it might give him a better angle on the 9 ball. You know,
Wow.
he wasn't even playing position for the 9 ball. Interesting, huh? How everyone just chooses patterns differently. It's unbelievable.
Well, he's at the table. He could tell better.
Yeah.
He's got a better side at the end.
I'm wondering if he's considering the 1-3. I mean the 14-3 and 1.
I have no idea what's going on now.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. He's obviously not going to use the 8, so he's made up his mind. So he's probably going to use the 2 as a key ball.
Yeah. No, I think he's going to use the 6 as a key ball. I think he's going to play the 12 and swing around and try and get the 9 and bump the 15. And
No,
then
I'm talking about the end of the rack for the 7, right?
I don't
he's
think
using
I don't think he's going to use the 7.
the 3.
I think he's going to use the 15 as the break shot.
The 15. The 15's not there.
Well, that's what I mean. When Thorston's not looking, he's going to put it back on the table
The
and
old
set it up.
putting the
The
ball.
old confuse your opponent technique,
I'm
right?
surprised, being from East New York, you don't know that shot.
Especially one that's stolen your hubcap several times.
Wait a second. I was born in East New York. We can gang up on you.
I am totally lost.
Yeah, no, we're. Tell you what, paint by numbers, folks at home. Get a mic, take a soup spoon. You do the commentary. We don't know.
You think he's going to shoot the 2, 6, 1, 9, 13,
I
3?
think he's going to shoot the 2, 7 and get on the 9.
No, 2, 6, 1, right? Well, now he's going to have to shoot those, right?
Yeah. He's keeping the 6 as the key. He wanted to shoot that 9 and bump that thing.
Yeah, but he has to get that perfect on that. That 13 is kind of low, right?
I know it is. But that's why I was saying he would play the 7, because from the 7 you can get to that. You can set up the 9.
I believe he wanted to get straighter on the 6, and he got bad, and that's why he got to shoot the 1
We'll
now.
see. We'll see what he does here. Oh, all right. So he's keeping the 7 for the break. He's going to play the
The
other
13,
way.
6, 9, 3.
but the 6 doesn't fit in anywhere in this position. It's hard to get back for some of
But he
those.
could always shoot in the corner. I think he's going to shoot in the side.
All right, he left a good angle. He's all right now.
He's good to go, I guess. It's very interesting how everyone has different pattern
Wow.
play, huh? That's why I love this game so much.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say he played that rack incorrectly. We couldn't have been off by that much. I'm saying that. I'm thinking he wanted to do a few things and he got out of line a few times.
But isn't that how we normally play straight pool? Right? A lot of times we try one certain pattern, we get out of line, and we have to change the pattern.
No,
right?
I'm always right.
That's why you're in the Hall of Fame.
No, listen, he's out of line here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can agree on that, can't we?
I don't think in any evaluation of how he played it that this would have been correct.
I think he's going to spin it. Either that or he's going to draw it. If he draws it, he has to hit
Two
it really
rails.
good
Yeah.
to avoid that scratch in the side
Here
pocket.
we go. It's a draw. He got it.
He
Perfect.
hit that good. How good did he hit that?
Perfect. What a shot.
That was a hell of a shot.
Something else. That's what I said. He played this rack perfectly. This is from start to finish. This was his plan.
This is Danny, a native speaker of Newspeak. He just. We can always fix history.
Is he taking a break?
Thorston just took a break, and
Are they allowed to take breaks on the other guy's turn?
He probably asked him. They both agreed.
okay. We're here at the 40th Annual Barbershop Quartet Festival in Astoria. All the barbershops sing a cappella in ancient Greek. Gene Mann is the orchestra leader. And I'm getting off the mic.
Darren took his break. Now racking up.
All right, we're back again. Darren's racking up the balls for himself. My partner, Tony Robles, is taking a little break, but Gene Mann stuck around. Thanks for sticking, Gene. And I'm looking at a whole bunch of good players that are watching this game. Warren Kiemko at a 120-ball run this tournament. Shane Van Boning. Stefan Cohen. Darren drew the cue ball near the corner pocket, Appleton. And a host of others.
Big load of powder on the table over there by the side pocket. Unless that's our screen. You see?
Darren,
no, yeah.
Darren had some crumpets before, and he likes putting powdered sugar on them. What the hell is a crumpet anyway?
It's sort of like a muffin with a lot of air holes. I'll send you some in California.
Oh,
Yes.
thanks.
Get them at Trader Joe's, by the way. You got a Trader Joe's, don't you?
We do have a Trader Joe's. Crumpets would be like English muffins, in other words.
No, they're spongy. They're
Oh.
spongier.
All right. Well, anyway, back to the action. The only thing Darren has to look out for here is the cluster in the middle of the table. Everything else is pretty clear. Get rid of the 5, clear out that pocket.
Good.
All right, before he pulls the trigger on this shot, he wants to predict where the balls are going to go and where the cue ball is going to wind up. Woo.
Indeed.
Yeah. Now you can play this ball, the 13, you come across, you can get stuck if you rest on the 9-3. So he's got to be very specific where he puts this cue ball right now. Maybe he's going to come across for the 5 ball. Boom. Then cut the 5 in and pick up the 1, then the 3. He can leave. He's got 3 good break shots here to choose from. He's got the 2, the 10, and the 9. He's got to figure out how to get to the 3. Let's see what he does here. right, still dealing with a way to get on that 3.
Went too high.
Yeah, overran it just a little bit.
He might be able to see this. If he can see it, he's going to shoot it.
Might be able to see the 3, yeah. He's got the 8 as an insurance ball.
Yeah, but he wants. He may never get back that way again.
Yeah, you're not going to get back there.
Well, if he's got the touch, we all know that. He might just go right
No,
up and down the
and
table.
clearly he can't see it. So
Yeah.
He might go
He's
up and down the
bailing
table
out.
and want to try
No.
once again.
He's coming across. I think he's going to play the 15 here and bump the 2 balls. Or the 1. And come back and then do it.
Get the 11, 12, and 14 out there.
Okay, what are we looking at here? We can't tell the angles because the balls are so close together here. It looks like the 1 to me. Alright, and if he has the angle on that 15, he's going to bump them. Them being the 3-9. Because he has the 14 in the side, kind of, in a pinch. He's got a lot of decisions to make. Which ball is going to be the key ball? 9's going to be the break shot. Nope.
Ooh.
Tough shot.
Yeah, he was. I think he was influenced by the fact that he couldn't cue well off that 3.
Couldn't get a rhythm going.
Yeah.
Well, he was lucky to pick up 40 balls off of Thorston's safe. 39 balls off of his safe, so. Now this is easy position. 14, hold the cue ball there. Hit the 3 and go 2 rails around toward near the low right pocket. Which is now the bottom left pocket, which is now the low right pocket, which is now no pocket. He should pull it, not go 1 rail. Should go 2. 1, 2. And now he's in line. All right, Thorston had a good opportunity to rest there. He's back in the saddle. And the score is now Darren, 165. Thorston, 196, with some changes to be made. The score is now Darren 165 and Thorston 196.
Okay, Dr. Press, our alternate ref, is getting the powdered sugar off the table.
All right, now the score is 167 for Darren. That's Darren Appleton. To Thorston's 196. Hey, I'm going to take this opportunity to say hello to the people at Easy Street Billiards in Monterey, California. That's my home room now and my sponsor room. I just want to say hi to the guys over there. Very nice place to spend an evening and shoot some balls or play darts or whatever. Okay, yeah. Thorston's back at the table. He's got a low break shot. He's got to be careful about the scratch at the bottom of the table when the cue ball stays down there. Oh, didn't stay down. He drew off of it and it came back up. A nice hit. Nice shot. It's a hell of a stroke he had on that ball. Al, can you replay that shot?
Answer is no.
No, really. I'm serious as to what.
Yeah.
I'm curious as to what he hit that with. While John is cleaning the cue ball with Gene Wilder's blue blankie from the producers.
Max, I'm hysterical.
I'm wet and I'm hysterical. I'm in pain and I'm wet and I'm hysterical. Anyway, we're trying to get that last shot back up to see just how nice his stroke was on that ball. I guess we're not doing it. Okay. See how I care. See if I care. Go ahead. Thorston's back at the table. And he's about to decide how he's going to attack this rack and when. It's not going to be now, that's for sure. Does he go up table and pick up the 4 first? Well, first thing being to play the 14, but he wants to see what's next. Maybe he just comes up a little and gets a shot at the 13, swings around for the 3, comes behind for the 10, breaks from behind. We'll see. I kind of like that play, coming up a little bit and doing exactly what I didn't consider. I never liked this guy, you know that?
Because he didn't listen to you.
He doesn't listen. He just runs balls and wins tournaments. All right, I'm sorry, guys. I guess we can't get a replay on that break shot. Al's on strike or something, which is odd because he owns the company, so he's got a real case of schizophrenia here. Coming around for the 3. All right. Nice. Nice and easy. Look how nice and easy you can hit that ball when you put follow instead of trying to stun it with draw and come across. Max Eberle just walked into the room. Well, a lot of good players in this room right now. Dr. Louis Panullo is in the house, the dentist, fine dentist who was the technical advisor for the dentist series with Corbin Benson. Or not. Also a sponsor of this event. Are you sponsoring this event? Change that. Who's often been a sponsor of this event. What happened to Tony Robles?
Going to be back in 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, Tony Robles disappeared. Hanging by a thread here. Actually, this is a nice position for him to play. I think he's going to stun the rack here with the 10 ball. He's got no more openings here. I think he's got to do something. The 6 ball is loose, but he'd have to clear the 2 and the 13 out of the way. And then maneuver to the center of the table for a shot at the 6. It's amazing how good the quality of play is here, considering how hot it is right now in New York in general. You know, pool rooms used to close in the summertime when they had heat like this. Oh, tried to kick something out. He's going to come to the middle of the table and play the 2 and then swing around again for the 6. Swing. I don't see anything dead. As Thorston's already gone past the 200-point mark. Oh, all right. He was able to hit that ball and come up with a shot. Still no break shot. I think he has to play the 6 in the side here. There's not. He's up against the 5 if he shoots the 15 ball. So it looks like he's got to come up with the 6. He left a little angle on that 15. I guess he's going to shoot it and try to come across the table and bump the 5. He's taking his time here. Oh, I guess he's not doing that. He's going to keep the 7 for the break.
Yeah, it's.
I didn't like that last shot, though. He didn't come up enough. He could have pushed the position a little more. He left himself a little too tough for the 5, and he doesn't want to clear out the 8. Playing the 5. Nice. Be even nicer if he had a shot.
That was.
He's got the 8 here. See, I don't like the 1 as a key ball either. You're below the break shot. He's going to run the cue ball into the 7 here. I think that's the only way you can create a break shot. Bounce the 7 off the rail. Cue ball goes up near the side. And it should come out. Here we go. Wow, he held it.
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to keep the angle, though? Doubtful. Slim pickings.
So if this were last or previous years, we'd be playing anthems right now, but this one's going to 300.
right, let's see what he can do with this. I don't know how much he can pull it. Maybe he can go down and hit the 3 ball softly. Wait a minute. Wait, the shot's
Coming
not
up.
over.
Going
It's
up.
not
Yeah,
over.
I know,
Oop.
yeah,
It's over.
Now it's over.
It's over. Okay, he gave Darren a big chance. There we go. Okay, Darren's looking at the 10 ball. He's looking at all his possible breaks here in this position. Going for the 8. He's going to work his way back to the center of the table. I think you played the 3 here and then the 11. Play the 3, come out to the middle of the table, and I think he can break with the 10. That's what he was looking to do. You get a lot of action off the balls. The 15 goes into the 1. The 1 hits the 13, and then goes across to clip the 4. And you've got the cue ball right in the middle.
He was taking away the 7 first.
Breaking with the 7.
Yeah, yeah.
I was kind of surprised to see that. But now he's shooting the well, he might shoot the 15 up the table, but I think the 6 is safer.
Yeah, the 6 will bring him back into the middle.
Bring him right.
So, I don't know. I never played a whole week tournament, but
Neither have I.
well, I wasn't meaning it like that, you know. But Thorston has played, I believe, 2 more games than Darren because loss and so forth. And
Basically, both these guys are selfish bastards. They don't let anyone else play.
Do you think is that any significance in having to play more games to get here? That
Welcome
Darren
back, Tony.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. I need to take a little break there, but I'm back. And what's the story here, guys?
Well, Gene was just asking a question about baking of all things. What were you talking about, Gene? What was your question?
No, I mean the fact that Thorston has had to play more games than Darren. I mean, we've been here for a week. Guys must be pretty tired.
He's played more matches, you mean?
Yeah.
Than
yeah.
Darren?
2 more.
Because of he had to come back from the one loss side.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really believe that makes much of a difference, but maybe it
That's
can.
spread out over
maybe
a
it
week.
can because Thorston was struggling with his break shots. He told me he missed 3 against Mika, and he told me that I just saw him after that, and he just started practicing break shots. He was off, Then Randy Goldwater came to me at the beginning of the match, as I said in the beginning of the streaming, about him not wearing his contacts all week long, and he begged him to put him on. He started running 140. So I really don't I'm really not sure if that's what made the difference. But I think the fact that he had to play those 2 extra matches and he knew that he possibly could have faced elimination kind of woke him up a bit. That's what I believe. Because he's been pretty much on fire since then.
So your answer is no or yes? I forgot the question. Anyway,
Yeah.
getting back to the position here, I guess he's not leaving the 6 for the break, although he could play the 1, the 15, and the 10 is the key. But once again, we are being confounded. He's doing it this way. I guess he's going to keep the 10 as a break. Yep.
Oh, he hit that about as good as you can hit it, right?
Yeah, if he picked that up and put it with his hand, he couldn't have done better. And he probably would have been called for a foul.
Yeah, they don't like you when you do that.
They ought to call that a Mattia.
I really got a kick out of watching him play that one year.
Yeah.
Well,
Character.
let me tell you something. It's 181 to 210. There's a chance Thorston might not shoot again. I mean,
If somebody don't put this game away, at my age, there's a chance I might die before this game is over.
and like I said earlier, the beauty of this match is that you gotta like the person that's at the table.
Yeah, you missed the
can't
break
really
shot.
pick one over the other.
Thorston got very straight on a long break shot, and he tried the fourth.
Look at
And
this.
that's in the
Oh,
soup.
look at that.
100% that's in the soup. That's
Yep.
gone.
Can you imagine
That was
that?
a double kiss all the way up the
I've never
table.
seen that before. I've seen it go to the bottom, but I've never seen it like that before. That's the first time I've seen that in all the years I've been playing. I've never seen it like that.
You
God.
turn the cue ball loose, and you become part of the food chain.
Yeah. That's like 1,000,000 to 1 right there, buddy.
You're thinking about it. I don't ever remember seeing a ball get kicked back like that, too, in the corner pocket.
No, I've seen it in the lower pocket.
Yeah.
When the cue ball fouls the ball. But
Right,
not,
that
not
happens
like
a lot,
that.
but not that.
I can't wait to see the replay on that.
No, don't ask Al for a replay. He's far too important to waste time with a replay. Don't. I tried before. I begged him. What's he doing? What are you complaining about?
Well, see, now the tables
Oh.
have turned. Now Darren might not see the table again.
That's right.
But I think that Thorston probably understands that this might be his last opportunity.
Yes.
And
Yes.
usually when he does get, to
Yeah.
that point, he responds.
Plus, he's had about 100 balls to relax now.
Mm-hmm.
Were you here, Tony, when he played that safety and then go behind the rack? Darren got 40 balls off
Yeah,
of it?
yeah.
Okay, you were still here for that.
Yeah, when he said
wound
you
up
lived the
getting
cube
40.
on the center.
He wound up getting 39 balls before Darren missed.
Every ball counts.
Well,
What'd you do here, Dan?
try and break from behind as long as you got that 11 ball sitting there.
So would you use a 3? I don't know if
Oh,
I
yeah,
would use a 3.
You know what I would use here? The 6.
Yeah, the 6 is a much better option.
6. Once you get rid of that 11. I think that's the 11.
I'd just rather stay in that safety zone, you know?
3 is not bad, though.
Yeah, but if you hit the wrong side of the
Yeah.
5 or the 7, you miss the 5 and hit the 7.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Well, with the 11 there, you don't have to swing crazy.
yeah. And then if you hit the whatchamacallit, the other side of the
You can
the 8 ball,
scratch.
you know, you can go off the 8 ball to the
Yeah.
side. Too many things can go wrong there, I think. You can even see, and I'd rather you use a 6, right?
Yeah. Because you go right into the pocket.
Yeah. Well, you know, with like, for example, you can use a 2 or the 6.
By the way, where'd you go before?
Huh?
You were gone for about 20 minutes. What
Yeah,
were they, having
no,
a sale
I-
on Coochie Fritos up the
yeah.
block? What's going on here?
No, I was stealing someone's hubcaps.
The hubcaps. How was the rim business, by the way?
Pretty damn good.
All right.
So why do you think I would choose a 6 over the 2?
Because you're going into that pocket, and the cue ball's generating a lot of action, spreading them out.
Yeah. The reason why I would go into it is because one thing I learned a long time ago is whenever you have a choice between break shots, always choose the one that's going to take you to the heart of the cluster.
And that's it.
And
right
that's it right there,
Yeah.
the pocket. See, that one, I mean, even if he gets it, I'm not sure if I would have shot that.
Yeah,
See, the other one's
that's
going
right there.
inside
That's
the,
right.
the pocket, like
That's
I said,
right.
you know?
He's got to come up with a shot now. You ain't got that. Don't even pretend. You got to shoot the 14, and that's it. And 15's in a bad spot. So if it goes up the table, he doesn't have. You got to make sure he clears the position. He's got to come down for the 6.
But more importantly, he has to compose himself here and accept the
Yeah.
fact that he got stuck and do the best that he can with what he's got. You see, and that's a
Yeah.
difference too.
I wonder why he didn't play that 9 and the 6 also. Gonna bump the 9 out of the way.
Or if he hits it thin, the cue ball might escape. So there's one. There you go. Oh wow! Look at that.
Second time.
He
Yeah.
jumped up too. He jumped up.
Were you here before when he miscued on that ball?
Yeah, the 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the lower left-hand pocket. I remember that one. He rushed the stroke.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it might have been his last shot. You don't know. But, you know, we've seen strange things happen this match, you know?
120 is definitely in Darren's wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually 111. He's got 9 open shots here. Get rid of that 6, man. Get rid of the 6.
Well, the 8 ball might go, right? He's just trying to figure out what
Yeah.
to do for a break shot.
We can't play the 15 until he gets rid of the 6.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Get rid of the 6.
looking at the 8.
No, I'm
He's
looking
trying.
at
I
the
think he's
6.
trying to see if he can bump into the 10 and bump into the 1 to bring it out because he wants to leave the ball by the side pocket as a key ball, obviously.
Hell,
but
you can even play that ball. Play the 9 and go behind the rail of the 15 and bump
Yeah.
it down for a break shot.
he's probably going to look
Okay.
for a better angle on the 8 ball, I think, before he decides to bump that 1 ball out. He has too much angle, I think. And he might have too much angle here. Unless he can just stun it over.
Got the 6 out of the way. Now he can play the 15. And that's what he's going to do, Tony. He's going to stun that ball.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Set up the break shot. Did he come over too far? Nope.
No, that's actually
Perfect.
really good.
Perfect. 5, 110, 14, 9, 15?
Yep,
Or somewhere.
yep, that's it.
But I think the 9-15 is at the end, definitely. Checking on angles. Tell me he ain't going to shoot this 14 ball now.
No, you got to shoot the 5
I
ball.
can't.
I mean, maybe he's, I don't know, maybe he's uncomfortable. I don't know, maybe he
He's
can't reach
looking-
it.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you have to shoot it like that, that's the right shot.
Yeah. Look out.
Uh-oh.
Look out.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Well, then now he's going to have to shoot the 9 and use the 14 to get to the 15, I guess. I don't know.
Wow. How this
Or the
changes
14 to get to the
everything.
10 and the 9. But if he can go 3 rails and get on the 10-1 and then shoot the 14 to go 3 rails for the 15, he should be fine.
Maybe he's going to shoot the one here. Think he'll shoot over the ball and shoot the one?
No.
I think you're right. Bail out.
Guess what? He looked at it, but
Well, it's not hard to get from the 14 to the 15. 3 rails, you know, if he goes 3 rails first for the 10, you just have to hit it good.
I don't think he can do that here. I think he's got to play the 14 after the 9.
So now it makes it difficult to get to the 15, right? So
Yeah. Well, the 1 to the
not
15
really.
shouldn't be
Yeah,
tough.
yeah, not really.
Oh, look at this. He went for it. Hey, you know what? It's a good play. Because you always have the 14 there to bail you out.
Yeah, but like you said, if he would have decided to shoot the 14 first and then the 10 shoot the 1 and go 1 rail straight to the
3
15,
rails.
that was, yeah.
Yeah.
He might still do that, right?
Yeah. I think he's got to play these now.
Mm-hmm. I just don't like the angle he has on the 10 because
No.
now when he caroms to the 1, he has to carom perfectly.
He has to
you
come
know?
off on the top and not drive it to the back bottom rail.
Yep, that's what he's going to do.
Nope. Did you like that play? I didn't care for it too much.
I'm one of those minimize the movement of the cue ball type
Yeah.
pattern players. So.
I don't know how he's going to get to that 8 from. You go forward and under the 8 to get a shot at the 10 in the side. Go 2 rails with the cue ball. Mika does that very well. And he's not doing that either. I don't know how he's planning on coming out here. If that 8 was more towards the rack, a little, he could play that way.
Right.
But it's going to be hard to drop that cue ball to the rail. A little bit tougher.
Well, I mean, I think he has an angle on the 1 to just come off of the 10 and just cinch it. You know, I think that's what he's doing. He might he's either going to cinch it to the left or go 2 rails and then end up right there where he's pointing his cue. So we're about to find out. See, he looks like he's hitting it high, so he might be going 2 rails or 1. Right? But he overhit it.
Here's where that ball being near the rail is a problem. You want to go 2 rails in these positions. He can't go 1. It's very hard to go 1 and get good position here. And it's hard to drop it behind for 2. Doesn't get the angle.
no.
Nope.
No, it's very hard. There's very
He
small
might have
target
enough.
zone.
He might have enough angle to go 2 rails though.
That's how bad the shot is.
Yeah. I mean, would you have left the cue ball on the rack?
No, Lipsky
Yeah.
would have. I wouldn't. I don't have the
Yeah.
stroke for it.
Yeah, Lipsky smashes these like it's a joke, like it's
Yeah.
going out of style.
I would have tried to draw off the side rail and drop it back across before I would have done that.
Thank you. So I guess he might go 2 rails here. Looks like he has enough of enough
Fuck.
angle.
Man, I would play that 8 and stick the cue ball right into the 11.
That's the only downside to
Yeah,
this.
where
right?
you going with that? And that's a good hit, by the way. He hit that pretty good. Now he's
Well, you know, it's like he hit the middle of the rack. When you hit the middle of the rack, they're not going to spread the same way
yeah,
as if
I
you-
know, but he was kind of stuck. He could have played a good safe there, spread those balls out and left Thorston.
Yeah, because now it's tougher to play a safe.
Bet you he shoots that 5 up the table. What do you think? Hey, by the way, that tournament where you won the Jersey State, or Thorston beat you, you ran 141 off the break for me, that tournament,
I
if I
didn't.
recall. You beat me 150 to minus 27.
That's because you let me.
I let you. All right, I let you. Yeah. What happened? I didn't break your foot?
Yeah, and
I
then,
let you.
and then the last time I played you, the Amsterdam playoffs, I ran 107. I needed like 7 and I missed.
Ran
And you ran
109.
99 and out
No,
or
it was
something like that.
109.
Yeah, 109 and out. How do I like
That's
it?
a hell of a game.
Yeah, it was a good game.
200 ball runs back to back.
Yeah, we had some great battles,
Yeah.
man. Wow.
Goes.
There it is.
I'll tell you what, you got to give him credit.
That should raise his adrenaline a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
This is an easy position right here. No problems. Get rid of the 11 so the 4 and the 6 will go later. Make sure he gets rid of the
Yep.
11 soon. Then when he plays the 1, he can come down for the 14, get a shot.
He might just bump into them with the 12.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like that though.
I'm the same way. I only bump into balls if it's absolutely
Yeah.
necessary. But you know, I don't know. He might decide to just run into the 4 ball.
I guess this position.
Maybe play
might
position for
actually
the
call
2 ball,
it.
the
Yeah.
11. You know.
Yeah, I think that position call. I don't think he's wrong there.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I was
That
being
wasn't bad.
I was being too critical. Although I don't. I still think the other play was better. I think once he got there, it was okay.
Yeah, but he's starting to shoot a little faster, which means he's getting into a comfort zone. You know.
Shoot the 9 here ever?
You know, it depends on how I feel. You know.
Yeah.
If I'm feeling comfortable, yeah, I might. You know, because it's definitely a problem ball.
Yeah. And normally you have the 2 corner pockets available. It doesn't look like one is available right now. The 2 lower corner pockets.
I kind of like the fact that the 6 ball's there to help me get on the 9, though, if I want to get there later.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably what he's going to do.
Yeah.
That was kind of risky there, though, because if
Yeah, I
you hit
would've-
it too hard, you're really decreasing the chances of ending up with a shot.
That's right. As a matter of fact, I would have come around there for the 1, come back for this, and then shot the 6 and bumped up.
Going to shoot the 3 next.
Yeah.
Get it out
He's
of the
clearing
way.
this off real clean, though.
Yeah, he's going to use a 1 to get to the 14, probably to go to the 15. That's one way to do it. The other way is to get rid of one of these and then go 1, 14, 15, one of those in the side, and then get rid of these 2. You know, he has options here.
Yes, he does. I think he's going to get rid of one of those middle balls right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the move right there.
Yeah. Play these 2 balls on the right, and then 114 in the remaining ball, which looks like, starting to look like the 7.
Yeah, if he puts it parallel with the 4, more or less, he might use that as a key ball.
Yeah, the 4 could change to the break shot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kind of banked that one in. So 13, 1, 14, 15, 7?
I don't think he's playing the 13 now.
Would you? Or would you go 15, 1, 14, 7, 13?
I think the 13 is the key. Yeah, I think
Right?
this is it.
Yeah, because you don't have to really move anything after that.
come
It's
back
only
from-
stop, stop, stop.
Yeah.
You know?
Minimal movement from the 14 to the 7, and the 7 and the 11 are stop, stop.
Rattle.
No, he probably did that intentionally, though, just to make sure he stopped the cue ball, though. We do that sometimes. We know the pocket's big enough. We can afford to
Yeah,
bank it in, you know.
Make sure that ball's off the rail, Gene. Yeah.
That's why he hit it with a soft stop as opposed to a
Yeah,
hard side. He
sure.
hit that hard. He got no shot at making it.
Probably did that to annoy Earl.
Yeah.
All right.
.202.
To 216, huh?
Yeah.
Well, they each need less than 100.
Wow. All right. And it looks like they're taking another break just to dry off a little because of the tropical heat that's enveloped the pool room here. What's the temperature in here? It was 80 degrees before when the
Yeah.
circuit breaker blew.
If you want to cool down, go to the PC Richard and Son. You feel like you're walking in an ice box. But that's a huge place. They have a huge AC over there.
Yeah.
That place about 2 or 3 times bigger than Steinway.
Hey, we're back here. There was no break. My brain took a break. Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, oh, yeah.
Combination time.
Well, I think he expected a hit like in between the balls. He hit the ball full because he's been shooting that shot to go to the side rail. Good news is that he has a shot.
Not playing at 13. He's playing the combo, right?
I'm not sure. I mean, the combo is off. It's not on. He has to cut it right. You know, I don't know if he wants to take that risk.
Look how hard it is to stroke this ball.
I think he has just enough room to stroke it the way he needs to, but his concern is probably if he has to hit it with a little bit of right, running into the 9 ball, you know, with the cue stick.
Yeah.
Because you'll lose a turn at the table if that's the
Sure.
case. He's going to have to hit this really good. Oh, he's going to call the 15 off the 12 and the 7? Oh, no.
7.
That would be some shot, right? 15 off the 12 and the 7? That was a good combo. That was a good shot.
Yes, it was.
Eventually, he might be able to bump that one out, right?
Yeah, he's got to get rid of that 15, though. He's got to make sure he gets rid of that soon. Wants to play that ball up by the pocket. What is that, the 15 up there? He wants to get rid of that.
I think that's a 13. I'm not
13?
13.
Maybe swing across for the 5 when he does it, but the 15 is blocking it.
I might even run between the 8 and the 9. Well, the 8 and the 2. Not really, you know? Yeah, you see?
Yeah.
The 10 and the 10 might be a break shot now.
Yes, you're right. Still got to come up with a shot here. By the way, Helen Zhu says hello to you and I on Facebook.
Tell her I said hi.
Yeah.
Is she watching the stream?
She is watching the stream. I think.
Would you run into the 3 and 1 here?
Ah, wow. I don't know.
I mean, you still have the 14 in the side, I think. Worst case
I
scenario,
think,
right?
yeah, I think that's the play.
Because now you can use the 14 to get to the 15 now.
Yeah.
But now he has to figure out the 1 and the 8.
Yeah.
You know, I'm assuming the 1 goes past the 8, but if
You wanna
the 8
take a
doesn't go
chance
past
to-
the 10,
Want
sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, no, you go
you want to take the chance to bump it, play the 9 into the 1,
Mm-hmm.
and split them up,
Yep.
drive
Because
the 8
3's
towards
there.
the side.
So many options, you know. You get rid of that 3 and then get to the 9. Later on, you always have access to the side pocket with the 1 and the 8 now that you got rid of the 3. So many ways you can do this. See what he did there? He played for the combination.
Oh, wow. Not sure I like that.
No. He wouldn't have liked it either if.
Well, the 15 was off the rail more than the 5, so that's why I thought it was kind of a risky shot.
I thought so.
Yeah.
And he hit it that way, too, to the outside of the pocket. I think he just wanted to get rid of that problem before he decided to use a 9 into the 1 and 8, because maybe he wanted to leave the 11 as an insurance ball. But because now the 5 is blocking it, you know, it's still not that bad of a shot because he still has a 3 ball on the side, you know.
I think he should have went to broke those two up.
But he can still do it now. It's just that he knows he has to leave one of these bottom balls if he decides to shoot one of the 8 on the side as a shot before the key ball. Because I would definitely use a 13 since it's on the same side as a 10 ball. But he's taking his time. He's studying it. Good shot.
Well, that's a break shot, too. I think he plays the 8 and then the 13.
I mean, worst case scenario, he can always shoot the 3 in the side if he got the right angle, and then, you know, lower the 8 ball down a bit if it's too high.
I'm shocked that he would leave that 13 ball up there.
Well, maybe he intends to use a 1 as a break and use a 13 as a key ball because the 1 looks like it's closer to the rack than the 8 ball. The 8 ball seems to be higher.
No, I agree with you. I can understand that, but it's still going to be tough to get to that.
Yeah. He's probably going to play the 8 in the side or 3 or in the corner. Oh, he's going to get rid of that 13 ball now.
He's going to get rid of the cue ball like that.
Well, I mean, I guess he made up his mind. 15, 11, 1, and 3.
Yeah.
I guess the 8 ball is a break shot. I
Yeah.
didn't think it would be because it seemed higher than the 1, you know. Yeah, that's what it looks like. 13, 11, 1, and I can't see from here, 3. Do you think he got 2 straight on the 11?
I think he did. I don't know if it's too straight, but he's straight. Drawing back up. Oh, nice shot.
Yeah, he had an angle.
Just made that ball turn over just enough. All right,
Yeah.
Darren's picked up about 150 balls since Thorston